Part two live of the Verbal Garbage Football Show, Part two, Episode two. We just recapped Seattle, San Francisco, the second 4 o'clock game of the week two. Reef's going with Seattle, pulling out a road victory, right? You think too much pressure on Trey Lance, and I'm going Trey Lance. I think he's going to pull it out and get some people back buzzing. Any final words on that matchup?
No, I think it's going to be a close game, and I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if the 49ers look like a more normal functioning team and they win. But I'm going to go with Seattle.
Hell yeah. Good shit. All right. Next game. Definitely going to have some storylines to talk about here. Sorry, I took the shared screen off. I can pull it back up. But Cincinnati Bengals starting off. Did they lose the Steelers? Did they tie to the Steelers? They think they
the
lost.
Steelers won.
They lost to the Steelers, right?
Yeah.
So the Bengals are 0-1 after a crazy. If you guys didn't see that game, it was an overtime game. I mean, just crazy. It was Mick missed field goals left and right between that and the Houston and what was the other game? The overtime game. It was Houston and Indy. Yeah, there was missed field goals aplenty going on. So Cincinnati's traveling to Big D. You know, the hype train every year. The Dallas Cowboys looking terrible, losing their starting quarterback, don't have their left tackle. I mean, Zeke looked decent. CeeDee Lamb didn't look good. I mean, what to make of Dallas?
CeeDee Lamb.
To be biased, so you go.
CeeDee Lamb, like I took him in fantasy my third round because I got Kupp and Samuel on the first. I was like, you know what?
Wow.
I'm going to be stacked at receiver.
That would have been ridiculous. So I think CeeDee's still going to pan out.
Yeah, but he just did not look good.
No. He wasn't getting a lot of separation, and Dak didn't look good either, but
yeah, he looked horrible.
You see Justin Jefferson. I mean, Kirk Cousins is good. He's not amazing, and Justin Jefferson's going to make him look.
Yeah. It's the difference.
I don't even like talking about Justin Jefferson. It drives me crazy to think about. So Dallas, Cooper Rush, like this team, I don't want to be dramatic and biased, but I feel like they could be the worst team in the league right now.
Yeah, I mean,
it's crazy to say that with CeeDee Lamb and Zeke.
To score 3 points and the way they looked, I know Dak got hurt. They just looked like horrible. Like legit, they looked like the worst team of Sunday last week for sure.
And that was even with Prescott.
Yeah, and he looked really bad. Like I said, I think I'm starting to lean on the Wentz's better side.
Wow.
That war we had between Dallas and Philly for many years.
Yeah, that's who would have thought. I mean, going into the season, I thought Cleveland, the Jets, the Texans, and the Falcons would be the worst teams, and I thought they all every one of those teams looked good, good if not feisty.
Better than last year for sure.
Exactly. And Dallas, like I said, I'm obviously a big Eagles fan, and I have a little bit of Dallas hate in my heart, but when they're good, I admit that they're good, and I've always liked Dak, so I don't think he looked. I don't know. It was crazy. Tampa Bay's defense might be that good. I don't think so, but I think Cincinnati's going to go in there after losing to a mediocre Pittsburgh team, and I think they're going to just absolutely destroy the Cowboys. We talked about the blowout of the week potentially being LA and Atlanta. I think I'm switching my pick to Cincy at Dallas.
I'm definitely picking Cincy. I honestly would not be surprised if he had some weird Dallas win.
Yeah, that's the NFL.
I just think the matchup, Dallas' secondary is so bad. I think Jamar Chase is going to have a 150-yard game.
Especially with Diggs.
Yeah,
Diggs he gets so much love, but he jumps every single route, and it's going to work and get picked. Good. You're going to get burned a lot. And when you're going against Chase.
When you have a player like that, he's awesome. I hate how it's kind of turned where it's his interceptions are bad. It's no, he just doesn't have good safety playing with him. Reality.
That could be fair. I mean, I'll admit I was watching the game the other day, and whoever the commentator was, they were breaking it down on how many routes he jumps. And I mean, hey, if you can get that, I think he had 11 interceptions last year or 9, whatever he had. I mean, I
think if you have a player that talented and your coach has to figure out a way to hide his flaws,
deficiencies. Yeah, for sure.
And I think having better safeties or whatever, the nickel corner, I guess. That I'm not trying to be football genius guy here.
Yeah, but no, the nickel, he dropped nickel before I did. God damn it.
But I think you got to put better guys around him. If you're going to have a guy who's Do you remember Asante Samuel? Obviously, we remember Asante
Dude,
Samuel.
his
He was
son
the
was
same
balling out.
corner.
His
He was the
son,
same way. He was a better coverage corner for sure, but like he used to jump routes like crazy, and a lot of times he would get beat.
oh my god, dude, more times on the Eagles than ever before.
But
Shit.
like that was the way he played. And when the Eagles had, you know, you know who back there, one of the best safeties
Weapon
to ever play the
X. Are
game.
we talking
Yeah,
Weapon X?
one of the best safeties to ever play the game. Who was this other corner they had?
They had
Safety they
Michael
had?
Lewis.
Yes,
They had
yeah,
Quentin Michael. Like the
Quentin
Eagles just
Michael,
had so many good defensive players
backs.
throughout the years.
Yeah,
Bobby Taylor, Troy Vincent, like all just back in the day, dude. And they were
yeah.
always, oh, I can
You
just
got to build around these players that are
for
talented at
sure.
certain things.
No, and that's over the top help is big, especially with the receivers nowadays. And like you said, I think Jamar Chase, if they try to go one on one with him, I think that's going to be, it's going to
Yeah,
spell big trouble in Big D. So yeah, Bengals for me, Bengals for you.
yeah. Bengals in a blowout. Mike McCarthy's Dallas's coach. I just realized too. So yeah.
Dude, by what week do you think? Let's make our prediction now too. We'll copy a little bit of it. First coach fired this year. I mean, we can go through some of the candidates. I think Salah on the Jets has got to be up there. Ron Rivera on the Commies if they start playing bad. Who would you say other than that? Definitely McCarthy. I mean, that's what we were getting to. Kingsbury, maybe? No, he's got a big contract.
Yeah, Kingsbury's interesting.
It's got to be McCarthy. It's got to fucking be McCarthy.
So I'm gonna throw out a name. I don't even know his name, but I'm gonna say his team. Who is the Raiders coach?
Oh my god. Oh, it's Josh McDaniels, isn't it? They can't fire him, dude. It's year one.
Oh God. I mean,
I know, dude. It's the Broncos love coming back out, and you don't even realize it. And I appreciate that.
I mean,
so
he
much.
ruined a
he
Super
came
Bowl
in,
team.
traded Cutler, traded Marshall, and then left.
Yep, and
When Jay Cutler was the best Jay Cutler ever was.
Don't even tell me Brandon Marshall, Jay Cutler is my life.
Dude, it was, and then they had that young Alshon Jeffrey, right?
Yeah, they did.
No, wait, that was on Chicago. Wait.
No, they had Alshon. Was it Alshon Jeffrey? It was someone else.
Because Brandon Marshall was in Chicago, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in Chicago. Alshon Jeffrey was there.
Who? Let me talk about your love for the Broncos. Because now I need to see the Denver Broncos Jay Cutler team. Like who was a receiver with other than God?
I don't even remember what year that was.
Javon Walker?
Javon Walker, it's a good one. Yeah.
Go. I swear to God, just so you can see. The Google search, I need to really commit. It's not done yet. I just did Jay Cutler, Denver. I didn't type in anything else yet.
That was a good memory, yeah.
Damn, he was number 84, I think, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Damn, what's fucking? See, sometimes
really
you just gotta talk it out.
That was really good.
Where were we? Oh, we were talking Dallas, Denver.
They also had Brandon Stokely.
Oh my God, he's coaching somewhere now, isn't he?
I'm sure he is.
So Dallas and Cincy, I just think Dallas. Oh, coach is firing. So you think McDaniels or?
No, I was just thinking that
they're gonna
obviously
they're gonna be good. If Carr made a couple different throws, they would have won that game.
Yeah, it's tough. I just I can't see any of these teams really shifting away from their coach.
Dude, Dallas and McCarthy.
But I feel like, dude, Mike McCarthy just in Dallas. You know how Dallas is just Jerry Jones
it's
just
the hub for bad coaches.
Yeah. How long was Jason Garrett supposed to get fired until he actually did? 3 years?
By the way, phenomenal on TV. He should have gotten fired 5 years ago.
Yeah, and now
now
it's revisionist. It's maybe Jason Garrett wasn't that bad.
No, we got to pump the brakes there. There's a guy I listen to. He does football talk, and he calls Jason Garrett the clapper. He's like, all he does on the sideline is clap, and it was just fucking hilarious.
Sometimes clapping is better than whatever Mike McCarthy's doing.
Mouth breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jerry's the kind of guy though. He's gonna see by week 8 if they're fucking 2-6 or something, and I don't know. I could see a little post Thanksgiving firing coming our boys' way.
Yeah.
To be honest, we'd have to pull up Dallas's schedule, which why the fuck not?
All right. If you want me to make a pick,
yeah,
I'm gonna go Cliff Kingsbury.
Wow. Yeah, I mean they look terrible. We talked about some of the teams that looked the worst in the league. The Chiefs gave up in the end of the third quarter in that game. They probably could have scored 50 some points. I think you're Cliff King, but I think they just gave him a big.
Yeah, but they just gave Kyler Murray a bunch of money. They have all the weapons. They've got a good roster. There's no excuse for them now. And I think if they start off, pretty bad in the first 8 games, like it looks like they're going to do,
How
who are you
can
going
you
to blame?
fire the most handsome coach in the league before you even go on Hard Knocks?
Because he hasn't even done anything in the league yet. It's very sad.
He he got his team a gig on Hard Knocks,
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, I guess.
and he has Kyler Murray studying the playbook. I mean, he's.
That's good. Yeah, getting a quarterback to learn plays is very impressive for a coach.
What do you think of Kyler Murray? I thought I was so high on that guy a couple of years ago, and I am just. I didn't watch the game, but Bill Simmons was talking about how he looked completely disinterested in the second half, like dejected.
I have
He's-
2 words:
Baseball?
baseball eligibility.
Yeah. Do you think that's something he can start shifting towards now, or is it too like I feel like once you're out of baseball for a year, 2 years, 3 years,
All right. So,
maybe not.
yes. I'm
Yes, you
pretty
think he
sure.
can shift back?
I am pretty sure, so Kyler Murray's what, 25?
425, yeah.
So players come to the majors around that age, correct? That's when they're
Bro,
like
Ryan
out of the
Howard, like
minors.
29 or something, 28,
Okay.
yeah.
Um, I think my information correct.
No, this is crazy. Yeah. Real quick, we were just talking Dallas. Their schedule: Buccaneers week 1, home for the Bengals week 2. That's a loss. At the Giants
Yes.
week 3, Monday night, loss. Versus Carson Wentz Commanders, loss. At LA Rams, loss. At the Eagles, loss.
Yeah.
We're not at Thanksgiving yet, buddy. Lions, loss. Bears,
Yeah.
win. At Packers, loss. They're fucking
right.
playing, dude.
So this is my thing back to Kyler Murray.
Mike McCarthy first fired.
2019, he was the first overall pick by the Cardinals,
He
correct?
was number. Oh, and I thought you were talking baseball. Yes.
Now this is what I'm going to go to. In 2018, he was the 9th overall pick by the Oakland A's.
That is fucking insane.
That was 4 years ago. I think if it doesn't work out at quarterback in the next 2 years,
wow. This is
consider. Like I sound like a hater, but like 9th overall pick in baseball, that's impressive.
that's dude. No, that's insane.
There's a lot of quarterbacks who have been like, oh, they played baseball, they got drafted in this round. No, this is the first round.
I was gonna say that's impressive to get drafted that high in baseball, but then you combine that with the fact that he plays football and baseball and got drafted number 1 in football. That honestly is so impressive.
Also, I'm reading here he got a 4.4 million signing bonus from the Oakland A's when he got drafted too.
So do you think they're still in contact with him, or what? Like, how does that work?
I mean, they still own his rights, just how the Yankees owned Russell Wilson's rights till I think a couple years ago.
Holy shit! But he just got a contract. Like, the Cardinals just seem too early on in it. You know what I mean? Like Cliff and him just got deals. That's why I'm like kind of fighting back on yours a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying he's
No,
going to be the fall guy.
I like the against the grain pick there. Honestly,
I just think that there's a fall guy for all the talent they have. You can't fire players, so it's like
Okay.
Frank Vogel,
Oh my god, I don't have the energy to talk LeBron right now.
Don't even, let's just move on.
Basketball segment might have to be mixed in at some point. Houston at Denver. So we're both going Cincinnati, winning at Dallas. I have Mike McCarthy fired by like week 10 at the latest. You got Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler Murray both going their own ways. So that's going to be interesting to monitor.
Yeah, sure.
Seriously. And then they're going to be on Hard Knocks like week November 9th or something. So
Really? That's
yeah,
even funnier.
in season Hard Knocks. That's already going to be terrible, dude. They're like going to be the worst team, I think.
If they don't fire him before that, then I guess
we'll be able to do a fucking Hard Knock recap, baby. Oh, this is going to be great.
That means I have to actually watch it.
Yeah, please, dude. It'll be fun.
I will.
Yeah, that comes out probably Tuesdays or Wednesdays. So just try to watch that. We can. Football season's the fucking best. Houston at Denver. Surprising Texans. Davis Mills, some scrappers, some Burkhead, some Brandon Cook, some Damian Pierce breakout game potential. Taking on the Denver Broncos at Mile High, Bronco Country. Let's ride. What do you think?
This is I'm not trying to. I don't want to bring the points into this game, but I was talking to some friends. Jarrett, hello, Jarrett. How are you?
Dude, we got to get him on one of these.
He's a listener.
Will he come on, do you think?
Yeah, I'm sure he would. We'll talk to him.
Dude, just talking. It's what it's all about. I love it.
But I was talking to him, I believe, yesterday. Like the spread on that game was like 9.5 points to the Broncos, and it's like, how could you have 9.5 points after you watch that team play Monday night?
If you don't mind, each week I'll bring up like the list of games, and if you can look at the spreads like the day before, just to kind of have that, because I want to learn to get a
I
little
mean, I
more
know
feel.
them pretty much all already. I'm
Damn,
just
I
skipping
should have had
ahead.
you asking or saying them in the beginning, just to kind of that would have been fun. Um, just for the future, though, if you don't mind, I would love to do
Yeah,
that because
sure.
I want to
Yeah.
get a little more well versed, and then I can start slipping you some money, and you get me a gambling profile. No, just
That's illegal, guys.
yeah, no, I'm not doing it. I'm
Sorry, Kurt. I mean, Chris.
football episode part 2. There's no he's still listening. Yeah, Broncos country, we're riding out. I think I don't want to like be crazy and sound insane here, but I don't think Houston. It's far fetched to think they can go to Broncos country and ride out with a victory.
Not at all. And like, I think with gambling, I would definitely take Houston's 10 points, but I really think there's a chance for an upset here. Like, if people are so high on the Colts and they just tied the Colts, like,
Yeah,
you know,
I
the
agree.
Broncos lost to Seattle, who was in competition to be one of the worst teams in the league.
It's just isn't it so crazy in football how you like I love week 1 and the intro into week 1 and then during week 1 like all the overreactions you have like
Yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing,
I
but it's
wish
still.
dude, I wish you could have heard me and my dad watching the Eagles and we'll save that for a minute but yeah, we're definitely overreacting. I think Houston can definitely I'm
Yeah.
picking Houston. I know it's crazy but I'm picking them.
Yeah, me too. But I wouldn't be surprised if Denver wins like 42-0 and Russell Wilson looks awesome.
Bronco country riding
Bronco
out.
country, let's ride.
Arizona, we just talked about them. They're going to Vegas. I think Bruce Buffer, shout out to the UFC. I think Bruce Buffer is going to be making the flight home, doing the announcing for the intro. I think that's going to get him some juice. I think Vegas looked pretty good last week. I think Derek Carr is going to rebound. This game has blowout city written all over. I think this could be a pretty last week. Week 1 was so many close games down to the wire. These 1-point games. I think this could be blowout week. I mean, now we're kind of looking at it. Do you agree? I mean, LA and Atlanta blowout potential. If things go right for San Francisco and Seattle, Trey Lance really on the worm. Blowout potential. Cincinnati, Dallas, blowout potential. Houston, Denver, like you said, and then Vegas at home, Arizona. I think that's got. Give me your thoughts.
All right. I don't want to sound
Hi.
contradictory. Contradictory, is that the word?
That's great. Very good.
I know I just talked very badly about Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler Murray.
And you said Josh McDaniels is going to be fired. So this is a lose-lose pick for you no matter what. You're going to
Nope.
sound bad.
Now, this is what my pick is. I think I'm leaning towards the Cardinals in this game.
I thought you were going to say a tie. I'm like, you bitch.
I'm going to lean towards the Cardinals in this game just because
Yeah, I need to hear your logic, please.
Josh McDaniels is a clown, number one. I mean, like,
I don't think so.
I don't know. I just don't like. I don't think
Tom
he's a
Brady
good
respected
coach.
him for multiple years.
Sure. He also respects Antonio Brown a lot.
Touche.
I think
Touche.
he actually might be in love with them, but that's a whole other story for a whole other podcast.
And he went on the Masked Singer. So yeah. All right. You're okay. You win. All right.
So I think I'm going to lean towards the Cardinals in this game because I think if they're smart, they'll just give the ball to James Conner and he will just run down their throats.
I thought he was going to kind of be like a 1-year wonder last year. He's
a good running back.
He's good. He's good.
I think Kyler, that's one of the teams where their defense isn't very good.
Is Rondale Moore playing?
I don't know. Is he?
I'm going to pull it up because he's their guy without DeAndre. And I mean, just to have Ertz and Connor, that's and a dejected Kyler who's already thinking about.
I just think it's a good matchup for Kyler to get shit back on track.
No, sorry. I'm trying to pull up Rondale Moore and see what his status is. I mean, hamstring, didn't practice Thursday, so I don't think he's going to play.
Yeah, it's tough.
Little Kyler, meep. He's going to have issues running around finding some targets. Yeah, I think that Vegas is all over that one.
All right, I disagree.
What did you see? What was the spread in that one?
It's like 5.5 for the Raiders.
So the Cardinals are getting 5.5 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would take the Raiders in that definitely.
Right.
Hey, you're the dude.
No, I just.
I mean, no offense. This is a Wendy's. No, it's
I just try to think like obviously we're reacting pretty much to just week 1, but I like to looking a little bit like okay, the Raiders aren't going to be that good. I don't
All
know.
right.
We'll see.
No, you got to kind of stick with your conviction and feel your gut and go with it.
Hmm.
All right. Green Bay and Chicago, the greatest rivalry in football. No, sorry, not true. Great rivalry. I know I'm beating the drum, but I love the hot takes. Another blowout. Aaron Rodgers is coming back. The running backs look great, especially AJ Dillon. Rodgers had a couple nice throws. He was getting the fuck beat out of him though. Couple drops. I don't know. My former Packer love's kind of peeking out of my shirt here, and I'm trying to think positively. And NFL's better with a good Aaron Rodgers and a good Packers team. You can say what you want, but all right, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you that the Packers have a chance to blow them out, sadly.
It's in Lambeau,
But I also think it'd be a way better story if they lost.
No matter what with Aaron Rodgers, it's a good story.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good story because he's gonna just blame everybody else. Or
have you seen his girlfriend?
No.
My sister showed me her last weekend, and she's like this dirty white hippie with dreadlocks, and her name is like some weird.
Aaron Rodgers is the friend who started smoking weed at 25.
I know, yeah.
Legit, that's what he is.
You called it.
This is the coolest thing ever. You guys should start doing this. Then he grows his long hair.
That's like me with dabs, dude.
Yeah, no comment on that stuff. That gook.
Wait, Aaron Rodgers. No, I just need to. Come on, man. They're cool.
Sure.
Aaron Rodgers' girlfriend. Her name is Blue of Earth. So Aaron Rodgers.
Pretty cool name.
I mean, if it was, yeah. I mean, okay.
Pretty. Sweet.
She's dirty and she's white and she's a hippie. So Aaron's I don't know. He's so entertaining. Other than his football skills, the way he's on the field and his body language, blaming the other teammates, the eye rolls.
Yeah, I hate that stuff.
I hate it, but like when I used to root for the Packers and I was a huge Rodgers fan, it drove me crazy. Now I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And I'm just laughing. Like he's blaming his receivers, he's blaming his linemen, he's yelling at the coaches. Like, bro,
like I understand. Like
you chose to stay here and be here. Sorry.
Yeah, and like they like that one drop, the long touchdown pass. Like, yeah, that was terrible. But like, it's not going to help a young guy's confidence if you're just going to be a dick to him.
No.
I don't think at least. Or maybe it works for some guys, but like some guys, you have to be like a leader and recognize this works for him, this doesn't work for him.
But he's the most high-profile, maybe person in the whole entire league, and you're out there almost shaming a teammate on TV, like and it was the national game last week. So I agree. I don't like it. I don't think it's good optics, and I don't think the Packers are going to be great this year. But I think they were my pick to win the NFC North, and I can't remember if I picked the Vikings or them.
I still lean the Packers.
Yeah. Sure. So yeah, I don't think Chicago. I think Chicago's improving. Our boy Darnell Mooney certainly has to step up to help them. My fucking God. So we'll both go Packers.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, we got the doubleheader edition on Monday night, and back in the old days when they started debuting this, remember they would have Chris Berman at the 10:00 game doing the Raiders.
Yeah,
I fucking love that guy. I don't think he's doing any commentary this week, but
Speaking of Chris Berman, did you see that clip I sent you guys a couple days ago?
I don't know if I saw it.
I'll send it to you after.
I would pull it. I was just share screen. I'll do it. Yeah, I'm a little confused as to why they're doing it like this. It's under the ABC Disney umbrella where ABC has one game, ESPN has another game, but to put them so close together, like that during the COVID times, they were doing the Monday or Tuesday night games, but they were doing like one at 5:15, one at 8:30, just an odd step on each other. They have two pretty good Monday night games this week, kind of going up against each other. You got Tennessee at Buffalo, and then the headliner, Minnesota coming to Philly, baby. Let's cover Tennessee at Buffalo. My opinion personally, Chiefs or Buffalo, two best teams in the league. We've gotten to see the Chiefs twice. We've only gotten to see Buffalo once. Buffalo is at home taking on the Chiefs. What's the spread and what are your thoughts?
So this is another game that has a pretty high spread. I'm going to check it because I'm not sure. I don't want to be wrong here.
I'm going to guess now that you're doing that. I'm going to guess 7.5. Tennessee's getting 7.5.
So Buffalo's getting 10.
See, I don't know how to do this. This will be how I learn now.
Giving 10. I'm sorry, giving 10.
So that's like me saying they're getting 10s instead of 7.5. They got 10. Damn, and that's pretty significant in spreads, right?
Yes.
What's like the cutoff like for considered to be big, like over 8, over
pretty much over a touchdown.
Okay, so I think like 7.5, 8. That's
all.
Wow. Do you think that's crazy? You think that's apropos? What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's crazy.
Yeah.
Um, but back to another point before I talk about the game. So I think they're doing the 2 Monday night games this week versus last week, like they normally do, because they had the Emmys last week. I know it's so stupid, but I'm pretty sure that's the reason why. So they're actually making up for it this week with the second game.
Programming note. Sorry
No,
if I'm going to offend anyone.
let's not talk about the Emmys, please.
No, it's not even the Emmys. But
Okay.
if you're a fucking football fan who was on the fence between watching the football, like a Monday night football game and the Emmys, fuck off. All right. Like I was gonna say, don't listen to my podcast, but I got like 50 listeners, so it wasn't channeling them. So
It's all right.
hit me with your thoughts on the game. But
All
no,
right.
do you agree that like why not do a West like have the Eagles game at 7:30 and then do a West Coast team at 10:30? I mean, I
don't know,
wouldn't stay awake for it, but it just doesn't make sense to have them.
Yeah, it's really weird to have two games that are going to be intersecting.
Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna have two TVs set up. And
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
of
watching
course.
both, but I'm not the average normal person.
So obviously the Bills looked awesome last week.
Fuck yeah.
I think they're going to win this game for sure.
Yep.
But I'm not going to rule out the Titans yet because the Titans have the last few years kind of kicked their ass.
And the coaching, dude. He's like Mike Tomlin to a degree.
Like,
you know,
They have like it seems like the Bills have a good defense, but when Derrick Henry comes to town, it's like all thrown out the door. But
yeah,
I think
that's definitely a good
AJ
point.
Brown has killed them in the past. They don't have him. That's going to really hurt them in this game. He's on a different team that's playing Monday night. We'll talk about them later. Pretty
Sure
good player.
is.
He's all right. He's all right. No big deal.
Yeah,
Um,
front of the mill.
yeah. But yeah, I think the Bills are just going to just dominate. Might
Yeah,
be
I mean,
a close game, but they're going to dominate the whole way through.
I like your case for Tennessee, and the main reason I still have hope for them is I'm a big fan of Vrabel.
Me too.
Like I said, he reminds me of Mike Tomlin, just in the sense that I feel like he can will a team to victory. And if the game's within 10 points in the fourth quarter or something, I'd like Tennessee. I mean, granted, if they're playing from behind, their throwing game is going to be a little challenging. I know they got Robert Woods, and I don't know. Buffalo, I don't think that's really a competition. So, especially being at home, Bills Mafia is going to rage out and go wild. All right, we built up to this point, and I got to do a little recap from last week because I said this is overreaction week one. Jalen Hurts, okay, I love him in the offseason. I love him like when he's in interviews, press conferences, practices. I fucking love the guy. When he is on the field playing a game, like, and I'll admit, my dad and I are a little bit like picky or whatever. Like, we never liked Donovan McNabb. We always nitpicked about him, but once he left, you know, you saw the Kevin Cobb era, and you saw like. So the grass seems like it's greener. It's not. But, dude, and you look at Jalen, this is my problem. And, like, just hear me out and then talk back to me because I know I'm going to talk for a minute here. But, like, his numbers look good. He makes all the big plays on third down when they need to. But I can't get over the fact, dude, it's such a pass-dominant league. I don't know how sustainable the running is with him. And he constantly does this thing where he drops back. Last year was Devontae Smith. This year it's A.J. Brown. You look at your one guy, and if it's not open, he tucks it and runs right away. You watch Herbert, you watch Mahomes, you watch any of these guys, dude. They're scanning left, they're scanning right, they're making multiple reads. I mean, I know it's only 1 week, but we did see him last year, and he was doing the same stuff. I mean, kind of give me your thoughts on that.
I mean, it's a roller coaster watching him play because like it'll be 3rd and 13, and it's like he's has to throw the ball here. That he has an amazing run. It's like Jesus,
literally
like it's like stuff that like I think running quarterbacks have kind of become underappreciated in the NFL a little bit.
Well, you see, dude, like Cam Newton stuff, how good he is, but then how quickly he's gone. And you know, he was a much better thrower of the ball.
Yeah, definitely.
So
I don't think Hurts is good. I mean, he's okay. I don't think he's good, great.
It's such a conundrum with me, dude, because like I like
weird,
him and I see potential, but I don't feel like he's willing to even make the second or third read. He is so
100%,
quick to tuck it and run, and it's like
he's very limited, but like there's been.
I think he had more carries than Swift. I think he had more carries than DeAndre Swift that game.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of limited quarterbacks who've won, you know. So it's like
I don't know. Like I said, me and my dad, I'm not gonna act like we're the most accurate readers of quarterbacks, but we kind of have the same taste for the type of guys we like. And I know him. He's Fox News Florida dad who's obsessed with Brady. Me, not so much, but I don't know. Hurts makes me nervous, man, and I'm a little I'm scared. You know, the Vikings have a tough team. Their offense looked amazing. We didn't see anything from Adam Thielen last week. I think he's going to play a role in this game. Jefferson, I don't know. Like Slay and Bradbury are good corners, but my God, Dalvin Cook, I'm a little nervous for this game. What are your thoughts?
Dude, I think the atmosphere in Philly is going to be out of control, and I think the Eagles are going to roll them.
Well, you and Jason said that last week, and you guys said it was going to be a blowout in Philly. And I was like, I wanted to think that. But as I watched them play, I was like, and Kirk Cousins in primetime is notorious for struggling. So that's
Yeah,
something that's going our way. But I don't know. I just feel like our defense is a major question mark right now. Our defensive
yeah.
coordinator, I don't feel good about at all.
Is there really a corner besides maybe a couple other corners that you would want to cover Jefferson than Slay?
No, but I
No,
don't think
right?
I think Jefferson's at that level
Yeah,
now where it
me
doesn't
too.
matter who's on there.
But
So,
you have him, like that's going to help for sure.
and I mean, our offense, I don't think Minnesota is going to be able to stop our running attack.
No, I don't.
Miles Sanders, arguably, in my opinion,
Looks
the
good.
best game he's ever played as an Eagle. And again, overreactions.
He was good last year too. Like,
This will be called the overreactions from week one. Like that's what we're doing here. But I truly think that was his best game as a pure runner. Like
I thought he looked awesome last year though too.
He did, but I know it's only week one, but the injuries, and that's always
Yeah,
a question with him staying healthy.
sure.
So, Devontae Smith was not involved at all. He had a drop trying to catch a Heisman Trophy winner, trying to catch a ball with the shoulder pads. Like, come on, man, use your hands. Goddard wasn't super involved. I'm just getting a little bit.
I was surprised about that.
I'm getting a little shades of that year with Carson Wentz and Ertz, where he just force fed one guy.
Yeah.
And as good as AJ Brown is, running the ball and throwing it to one guy is not a sustainable attack. If we want to get as far as the NFC title game or the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
they need to balance that out and really stress the running game. Like I love Gainwell and I like Boston Scott. I think the Eagles got they're small.
They're all capable.
Pretty damn good running backs. The receiving game, like Pascal is your fourth option. Quez Watkins, go.
One thing, I didn't think the offensive line looked very good last week.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, you got all pro tackles on both sides.
I think it's hard. I think it's hard to like, in their defense, it's hard to block for a mobile quarterback like Hurts, where you don't really know what he's going to do every play. Yeah, but I just thought there was a couple plays where it's like instantly they were in his face.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And
maybe that's why he's so quick to tuck and run. I don't know. I don't know what's going through his head. And
I don't think it's that, but
as long as there's victories coming out of it, I'm happy with it. But the accuracy seems to be a problem. And
sure,
people always thought you can never get over your accuracy, but Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, two people that come right off the top of my head, nobody was high in their accuracy. They came into the league, and I mean Lamar, there's still some questions about around the league. I'm sold. I think he's a very good quarterback. I don't think Baltimore's really ever done a great job of surrounding him with capable receivers, but you could be like Brady and make those receivers even better. So there's always that argument. Not Tampa Bay Brady, but New England Brady had some struggles. So
yeah,
I don't know. This is definitely, I love being able to, I mean, we could do an hour and a half episode on just the Eagles, but the defense, they got a lot of hype. I didn't see much of Jordan Davis. I was a little upset about that. Derek Barnett, torn ACL out for the season. That is a humongous loss. Now we really just got Sweat as our primary pass rusher. So they signed someone the other day, but I don't know. I'm nervous for this game. I want to say Eagles because they're home, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I don't think we're really capable of a blowout yet. We could blow out the Lions. I don't know how we're going to blow out the Vikings.
I just think
give me hope. Give me some.
I think the defense knows like they didn't show up last week.
They're going to click, right? I mean, they're 38 too good.
Points. Like we bashed Hurts, but they did score 38 points. It may not be pretty, but they did.
I was concerned. 2 14-point leads that they gave up. That's
exactly. And I think the defense is going to really show up this week. I think like it's going to be a statement game, prime time. Not saying this just as an Eagles fan. Like I think they're really just going to, oh yeah, this is the team everyone was so high on. Type of moment.
That would be nice. Yeah, and they're the headliner this week. That's you look at all the matchups. I mean, we talked about the Baltimore Miami game and the New Orleans Tampa, and then the Eagles. Like I think those are the three best games of the week. So Monday night game setting up for us. ABC, ESPN Plus. I don't know who's going to be announcing that game. Because ESPN's Buck and Aikman now, right? So I don't know who's going to be getting the ABC spot. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Yeah.
Any last thoughts going into week 2?
No. Think a lot of teams that we might be high on after week 1 are going to come back to earth, and vice versa. You know how the NFL is.
Week to week, baby.
Besides the top teams, everything else is week to week. You can't guarantee anything. Any team can be any team. That's why it's the best.
Fuck yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, we're gonna definitely make a concerted effort to get this verbal garbage football show is what I'm gonna name these episodes. Try to get them done every week. I think it's gonna be easier for both of us to get it done towards the end of the week to preview the next week and then do a little bit of recap. And I'll
Sure.
probably just buy the Zoom Pro this week so we don't have to keep doing parts and just have one long episode. And I would love to start having Jason on here. You know, my old co-host Mike Penn come on for an episode. Jarrett, like I just want to have other fans on, just talk more opinions,
Yeah,
and
sure.
I
You
think
know
it'd be
I'm
awesome.
here.
So, Reef, thank you again, bro. Have a great weekend, and I look forward to doing this next week.
You too, and go Birds.
Fly, Eagles, fly, baby. Eagle out.
Broncos country, let's ride.
Damn it, you beat me. All right, brother.
All right, see you. Have a good
See you,
one.
buddy.